Alright, this is Demonocalypse. I got tired of some people talking on the Star Drive forums, just like lazing about. They don't want to actually create the models themselves, so I thought I'd do it. Be a good practice for me, and yeah, it'd be something to do. Well, yeah, over break, it'd be something to do. Add to my portfolio that I've been able to follow certain blueprints set out by someone else. And well, what I'm going to be working on is creating models for ships for Star Drive. I thought I'd start basing this out on just the ships on Star Trek Online because they're easily accessible. There, I found a good number of designs for them. The only problem was really trying to find the right sizes. So, first off, what I will be doing is the Danube class runabout. This is the Star Trek Online wiki. This is a Danube class runabout, and this is theblueprints.com. Basically, one of the best repositories of blueprints I've ever been able to find online. So, I've already looked this all up, so I already know what I'm looking for. Did I? Huh, weird. What was it under? Yeah, for some reason they don't have a Danube. And then you have it here? It's one of these. Orinoco, there we go. That's something completely different. I believe that is... I don't know what that is. And this is the city of New Orleans, a slightly larger runabout. Great Lakes, lots of guns. Mosquito, I have no idea where that came from. And this is the Orinoco. The Danube class runabout I will be modeling for this. So, here, this is a list of all the ships. I have Danube class runabout, Delta Flyer, Miranda Cruiser, Oberth, Ambassador, Cheyenne, Excelsior, Steamrunner, Sovereign, the Captain's Yacht, the Olympic class. I still have to find a better blueprint for that. Nebula, Akira, cruisers from Star Trek Online. I have to get better angles for that. I've not been able to find any actual blueprints for it. Galaxy class, Prometheus class, Sovereign class, Intrepid class, Defiant, the Odyssey from Star Trek Online. Again, not something I've been able to actually find sizes for. Not sizes, blueprints for. And this is the size chart. I will not be basing everything off of this size chart. I know I missed the Constitution class. I don't actually want to model that. I will be, yeah, I just have to find the appropriate blueprint. So first thing is I'm going to take the Danube class runabout, bring it into Photoshop, and then cut up the blueprint. Now, these blueprints are actually fairly low resolution, which stinks. I could get full-size resolution ones from theblueprints.com. However, the problem with that is then I'd have to pay money. I'm trying to do this on the cheap. I will be using Photoshop, which I already have, and a student license version of 3ds Max, because that's what I'm used to working in. That is my favorite program for 3D modeling. People don't like that, but it is my choice. Which size? So we are going at about, yeah, that's incredibly low resolution. Where did the, oh, sorry about that. I will just be setting stuff up here in a single video, and then I'll be speed running through the rest of it just to show you guys my entire process. Put that to 7. That's popping up finally. And as you can see, not exactly the best thing to do, bumping stuff up in size in Photoshop, but I have little choice in the matter at present. So, let's just see here. So, the width here, about 3 5/16 or so. And the height is at 1.5 inches. So the original size for this would be 5.5 meters tall, 23.1 meters long, and 13.7 meters wide. That's the size I found and was able to accept. So I will be cropping after I release the background, because if I crop before I release the background, then I'll be chopping up vital stuff. So this is the front view. And it's saving as a TIFF file. And that's not working for whatever reason. Why is that not working? Oops, I did this wrong. 1.5 inches by 3 and 5. Oh. Yep, that's a problem. I forgot my numpad is what I usually use for those. 3 and 5/16. So it's 325, I think. Proceed. This is the proper way of doing it. There's the front. And of course, I gotta slide this over. How'd it get wider? Weird. I don't know how it got wider. Someone obviously didn't do their homework correctly. Not image size, canvas size. And I do apologize for that again. Like I said, I'm used to using my numpad for all this stuff, and my numpad is also tied to the software I'm using, so. Come on, save it out. Come on, save it out already. Yeah, well, this is kind of... Alright, well, this is the process. I'm going to figure out why this froze up, and then I'm going to get to 3D modeling, how I set that up. And then it'll be a speed run of however long it takes me to finally get this to the right size. So, width, try 6. Okay, so it's not quite the right one. 6. Alright, finally got finished with resizing all these properly, and I've set up the scene already. So I just use this as a placeholder for the general size. This is all of the points at which I will be addressing the materials hair. Just, okay, front, back, side, and top. Now in Star Drive, there really isn't a lot of need to do any bottoms because you don't see them 98% of the time. The only time you ever really see them, criminy, I hate it when that happens. Rotated incorrectly. Best way to fix this. I know there's a way to rotate the map. Where are you? Okay, update. Okay, that's it. .07 and 24.217. Oh shoot. I keep on doing this wrong. Was it 24.217? No, 24.217. 24, not 14. So used to using my numpad for this. There we go. Just rotate it. That's why I like using my numpad, because everything's in a specific spot rather than drawn out over the top of something else. So, okay. Now, actually, I think this is the back. Yeah. There we go. Okay, and I always find it advantageous to start with the side and a box. Now, the problem with this is that I'll have to properly relay everything through all my other views. Of course, this will not be perfect. There's no way in heck I could get this perfect. Down to the very last detail without spending a lot of time on this. And I'm going to have to cut this up quite a bit to make sure I can even get the little bit of work done I need on it to get it up to my semi-low standards. Okay. So it looks like I'll be starting on this side and mirroring everything, because that's the most effective way, at least that I know of doing this. So after this, there'll be no more audio. I may put some music in the background just to fill in, but everything's set up. Now I just need to model. Alright, well, I'm sorry about all the button pressing and switching back during the speed up time. It took me about an hour to get this far, and yeah, it's a bit high resolution, unfortunately. I'm really bad about this, but the maximum resolution for this stuff, what was it again? I can never remember. Like you're not supposed to go over above a certain amount of polygons. Otherwise the game will not be able to where are you? Or else the game won't be able to identify anything. Right, where are you? I think it was 3,000. I'm at 1,500 right now. I gotta find a way to make it better, at least more efficient. There's a bunch of lines that don't need to be there. Probably a lot of detail that doesn't need to be there either. Where are you? Model polygons. Here we go. On the order of 3,000 to 4,000 triangle faces for the larger ships. So 3ds Max, select export, export selected as OBJ. So go to faces triangles. I'm in quads right now. I always use quads because they work better. So hopefully triangle, quadrant, normal, smoothing groups. I don't need materials because I haven't added any to this particular model as of yet. So export. So I have 2,460. That's a bit high. So I'm going to end up having to work for a while to bring the number of triangle faces down. I also know that this really doesn't look that good. I mean, there's a problem right there that I know about, and I know what's causing it, but I don't think it'll matter. But yeah, I will be then making this more efficient. Hopefully, I can find a good way of doing that without destroying some of these lines I had to make. Can definitely clean it up along this axis here, I believe. Or, yeah, I should be able to combine that with that. That should get rid of a few. This button here. And something's not right. Here we go. Yeah. Somehow that did that, and I don't know why. So I'm gonna have to fix that too. Wonderful. So, I'm going to compress this down to 15 minutes and then continue work on this. Can't believe I only did this much work in an hour, but, I know this will not be entertaining for most of you. I know that. This is not meant to be entertaining. This is a process look that I'm doing mostly for myself and pretty much no one else at this moment. So, this has been Demon Eclipse, and I do